Hey, folks, welcome back to your favorite podcast, the only podcast where we drop more hot takes than slips at a test match.
That's right. IPL is in full swing, and we're here to break down all of the matches one by one, get all of those RCB fireworks against all kinds of teams if they exist. I mean, we've seen how they bat. Um, we'll cover the classic CSK versus MI rivalry, get them DC/LSG swap outs of KL and Bunt, and see how they battle it out. Is it the game or is it the owners? We'll never know.
And if that's not enough, we've got more juicy previews of all the upcoming games. Could be a retake of SRH versus Lucknow from last year, where KL and the owner had a decent conversation, or you know what? Or it's another down south battle between CSK and RCP. It's Dhoni versus Kohli all over again? Who's gonna be victorious there? Or is it about Rajasthan and Kolkata fighting it out? Or we've got one more game where Gujarat and KKR play their own part of this IPL.
So grab your seat, just sit back, relax. Your three slip fielders are back, -1, because the other guys are all busy these days. But the banter is going to be just as sharp. The analysis, just as sharp, I guess. And the predictions are going to be just as off.
Or
Get the DRS in. Let's go.
All right. First four games done for classic games. Which one do you want to start off with, Raj?
Let's go backwards. Let's go with the most recent one, because I still can't believe that just happened. I can't believe Delhi Capitals made 3 comebacks. 3 comebacks. They were gone 3 times out of the game, and they somehow managed to come back every single time. At one point, after over 13, guess how much chances they gave Delhi Capitals to win?
I'm sure that was less than 1%.
Yeah, it was 98.7 to lose. And from and this is over 13. Oh.
Yeah. What a game. More than the game, I was keen to see a conversation between LSG owner and Rishabh Pant.
Exactly.
Now, I was so waiting for another of those moments that would have taken up internet by storm.
Yeah. Passionate owner versus a 27 CR captain.
Yeah, Kale was not part of the game. I was so waiting for this game. I so wanted to see Kale on the other side of the fence, staring at the owner.
I had him as my captain in my fantasy team. Do you know how gutted I was?
Trust me, I was in the same boat. I gave him a 3x.
Why couldn't they just announce it from before that he wasn't playing? Every single other team did. I'm so mad. This is the second time it's happened to me now.
But there were a couple of other players. The limelight is all on Ashutosh Sharma because that man pulled off. Was he the impact sub as well, isn't it?
Ashutosh, Ashutosh was the impact sub.
I mean, perfect. Comes in, gets subbed out, and then gets subbed in and takes the home.
Yeah.
Kuldeep Yadav, everyone would getting pelted. Both Kuldeep and Aksar.
Yeah.
It's like everyone's being pelted for 15, 12, 13, and these two bowlers 6 and 5, which is great. And Kuldeep gets 2 wickets.
My favorite was Mitch Marsh smashing Stark all around the park. It was so good.
I don't find it felt like a local Aussie county affair. Saying, all right,
a BBL,
you may be a best bowler. You may be a best bowler for everyone else in the world, mate. But in home, you're not. I'm gonna take you on a ride.
But I still can't believe Capitals won. Like, no matter how many times you can watch those highlights, every single player on the
Nah.
ground, Faf du Plessis' face when Ashutosh hit that last six was just like, how did this happen? Like, I reckon he gave up and he was like sitting way back in some sort of massage chair or something. Like, this game's gone, let's move on to the next one. And then Ashutosh is like, I got other plans, people. I got other plans.
All right. Uh, yeah, I think when they needed when they lost 3 wickets in by second over number two, it's like this is not possible. This is not happening. And then they're six down by 13 overs, and they needed nearly 80 odd runs. And I'm like, yeah,
No way.
go on. Uh, and I love his gesture. He was pointing to Kevin Peterson, whom apparently he told during the strategic timeout that trust me, I have a faith and trust in me, and I'll see this through.
Wow.
Scores the winning run, and then does saying reverse shot. I'm like, I'm talking to you. You're the reverse shot guy.
That's what he meant. I didn't realize. Crazy.
I think of the 4 games, this was closest, and this was probably the best one so
Yeah.
far. I'm not discounting the fireworks in other games, but this has got all the drama
Three
required
comebacks.
for IPL.
No batting team can make 3 comebacks. They were 8 runs for 3 wickets at the start.
Yeah, and that to chasing 212. So it's not a 150, 160 chase.
And they always lost wickets in clumps. So they lost 3 wickets at the start. And then in the middle, they lost 2 wickets when Aksa and Faf got out together. So then from 6 onwards, they literally had no chance of winning this game.
Yeah, I still love the drama towards the end where they started losing wickets, and Kuldeep did not run for. I mean, it was a tough one, but still, when Kuldeep, he was essentially
The man
running out
was
of
sprinting
partners.
too. Yeah, so
I was saying
yeah,
he was running out of partners on the other end. Despite that, he kept going.
yeah. But someone's innings that was underrated or not much talked about was Vipraj Nigam. That man scored at a very high strike rate, and I think no one saw his innings coming either. 36 or 15. I think everyone was just like, "What's happening over here?"
I think the two of them, essentially, not so popular. People did not even realize, these two could cause this level of damage.
Yeah, yeah. But the other thing, I can't believe DC's bowling lineup. Do they not have any other bowlers? Because Shardul was a last-minute pick. He wasn't picked in the auction. So who did Shardul replace someone? Did someone get injured? And they've got no
Uh,
overseas quick. They really messed
it
up.
looks, it looks like it. They've got Natarajan, Mohit Sharma, Mukesh Kumar, but for some reason, none of them. At least, I mean,
It's like, why would they not
Muk-
play Nattu? Nattu is so good.
and Mukesh is pretty decent as well, in
Yeah,
especially in the IPL.
yeah,
Maybe trying out quite a bit. I mean, again, another thing that surprised me was KL's absence as well in that playing
yeah,
11.
yeah.
And
But the
for
thing
me, he
is,
was a
how, how,
no-brainer.
the bigger question now is where does KL fit in now?
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting. They may probably drop Samir,
Rizwi?
or even Abhishek Parol, who was the stand-in keeper, because KL gives you the keeper as well, right?
Oh, yeah, of course, he'll keep. Sure, sure, sure. Cool. All right. Um,
Let's go
yeah,
back to
go back one more
let's go
game.
to yeah, CSK versus Mumbai.
Oh,
Think
boring. Cricket was so easy for Chennai.
the two things that everyone's been talking about: Dhoni stumping. I don't know if you've
Oh,
seen that. Uh,
that
uh,
stumping was
uh,
so good that in real time it looked like he got bowled.
exactly, like 0.12 seconds reaction time,
The
and
hand was just
for
like,
me, That's it. And the other person that everyone's talking about is this guy Vignesh Puthur, who apparently never represented Kerala in
Oh yeah,
any at the
yeah,
state level. MI
yeah,
picked him up, sent him to MI Cape Town, coached
yeah.
or mentored
3 wickets.
by Rashid Khan, and then subs out what steps in for Rohit Sharma. Like
Yeah,
imagine the name he's subbing up,
yeah.
and then takes 3 wickets. On a losing cause, different
Plus,
story, but
what a good game for Rohit Sharma. Gets a duck, doesn't have to field, done.
oh well, I think at this point he's so mentally checked out. I feel from IPL, it's like my T20 career is
Nah,
done.
no, no, no way, no
I'm
way,
no
no way,
longer
no
the.
way. I think he has a point to prove this season that he can
Hmm,
play for the team because it wasn't like he was bought for cheap, right? I think he was still a 13 CR buy. But
yeah,
for me, I think the bigger worry is Surya Kumar because he's had a very average domestic season, especially for his standards, and he needs to have a big enough IPL so that his confidence is high going into leading the international team after.
yeah.
So I think for
I
me,
think
that's
he
going to
did.
be the big,
He didn't have a great T20s against England leading into IPL either.
yeah,
So
yeah, exactly.
will be interesting. Acting captain or for just this game.
Yeah,
Ended up on the losing side and probably is known for Dhoni stamping in the game rather than anything else.
yeah, yeah. How good was Rachin though?
Man, Rachin, also Ruturaj, the two of them
To be
essentially
actually sorry, I
anchored
think
the chase.
Ruturaj was even better for me because I think he went hard at the top, and it's against his own actual game. But the part that I don't
Yeah.
understand is why did Rahul Tripathi come out before him?
Some
That
of these
was so
things, and
random.
yeah, even KKR messed up their opening. They didn't send Venkatesh Iyer on the top. They sent someone else with to open. They're doing this
Oh,
random.
why does Venkatesh Iyer open?
He was opening last season with
Oh.
Nicholas
But I
Puran,
think
both of them
he has to bat because they've got Quinton de Kock opening
this year. Yeah,
With Narayan, right? Yeah, so
yeah.
if they want to play Quinton de Kock, he can't play in the middle order. That's the
That
problem.
could be.
Quinton has to play at the top, and Narayan does Narayan stuff, so you have to play him at the top.
We'll get there, but yeah. Here Tripathi, I would have felt Gaikwad and Rachin to open. Gaikwad goes as usual, and then someone else comes in. Don't want
Yeah,
to mess up a sequence that's been working out.
yeah, yeah,
But on the other side, maybe the plan was for Tripathi to go hard,
yeah,
Rachin to hold strike, Tripathi to go hard, and then Gaikwad to come in and be that anchor man.
yeah. Um, I kind of had an issue with the way CSK chased this total though, because it was a very low total. I don't think the game should have gone to the 19th over, but they kept losing wickets after Gaikwad.
Yeah, I think yes. Dubai, I don't know why. Again, Deepak low score, Sam Curran low score. Jadeja walks in. I was like, I think that day I slept just when Jadeja was walking
Yeah,
in. I'm like, all right, Jadeja is coming in. I'll probably just go because it's game set and done. Next morning, I wake up and see he also got it. And I'm like, oh my god,
yeah,
this is no. Well,
yeah. Messy
the crowd got to see Dhoni play two dot balls,
2 dot balls there.
unlike two sixes last season, which would have been two sixes last season.
Yeah. I reckon if he hit the 2 6s or even just 1 6, then he'd have given the crowd everything. So he gave them the stumping. He would have given the sixes if he had hit them. What's the third thing Jurgen he gave?
The pat on the back.
Nah, he made the
uh,
DRS call. The moment the umpire was like, not out, Donny's like,
okay.
come on, come on, come on,
And
we all
then
know it's out.
Gaikwad followed it.
And they all
uh,
knew it. They're like, because I think Dhoni just called it on his own. So everyone was cracking up when it turned out to be all reds.
oh
It was magical.
man. Uh, yeah, I think the name still stands, Dhoni Review System.
Yeah, yeah.
But I mean, as you said, should not have gone till 19th over, but has gone till 19. Mumbai's curse of losing the first game in a or their season opener just continues.
Yeah.
I think it's mentally a big win for CSK as well.
Yeah.
Anytime starting a season on a win is great.
But I feel like given the game was in Chennai, I think that's the other good note that they can still claim Chennai as like their fortress.
Yeah, yeah. And I think this time Hardik's made the call that when CSK is visiting Mumbai, Wankhede, just make sure it's a sea of blue and not sea of yellow.
Sierra, yeah, 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 guaranteed. I mean, I think he'll get the
Cool.
sea of blue this time.
Yeah. This year, less booing and more cheering for him.
Oh, guaranteed. Okay, next game, or do you have anything else for this one?
Nah, let's go. Let's go to the one with all the fireworks. Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
what a game!
Yeah,
Talk about
the moment
Sunrisers
Rajasthan,
versus Rajasthan. Yeah, yeah,
yeah, the moment Rajasthan won the toss and decided to bowl, I'm like, all right, I had my popcorn ready because I knew season opener at home, Hyderabad was just gonna go hard, right? They were not gonna wait. They were gonna just go real, real hard every single ball.
but to be honest, I think they've got the best top six in the whole tournament. Like
Exactly.
especially, and the crazy thing is they only need two out of six to fire to set them up for the whole game. Only two need
and,
to fire.
and what is usually, a 20 over total for other teams, Hyderabad, if any two fires up, 13, 14 overs, you're at that, average
Yeah,
20 over par.
yeah.
They had 200 on the board nearly at about 14th or 15th over. And I'm like,
Yeah, like
dude,
I actually thought they could have gotten to 300, but they lost a few wickets after Nitish Kumar Reddy. Oh, sorry, after Klaassen.
yeah, after Klassen, correct.
Yeah,
But Ishan Kishan, what a comeback.
what a
It's
statement!
more,
What a statement!
yeah.
Give me that contract,
Rem-
script writer.
it's it's both to BCCI for dropping him and Mumbai,
Yeah,
who have been retaining him year after year, but this
yeah,
time around decided to bank on Tilak Verma and not him.
yeah. I mean,
What a statement.
to be honest, I would have also gone for Tilak Verma, given if I was the MI owner.
Yeah.
But but I think they did try to get him back in the auction, but they couldn't because he went for a very good
Nah.
number. Um,
But yeah, this Hyderabad team is a
it's
serious.
firepower.
Yeah,
It's
and
fire.
I was looking at top four predictions by a lot of cricket pundits, and 9 out of 10 people have SRH as one of top four teams this season.
I'm gonna hate it. I'm gonna hate it if SRH win this series. Though. I'm gonna hate it so much. You
Well,
cannot give Pat Cummins another trophy.
another trophy. Well, you cannot give Pat Cummins another trophy after Travis Head takes you on a ride at the start of the game. Well,
Exactly.
uh,
Oh,
when Travis Head was going nuts, and I'm like, Virat Kohli earned his orange cap, and there you go. There goes the orange cap, and the orange cap actually changed hand like 3 times in that one game.
well, the thing is, with Sunrisers, you'll never know because they're all wearing orange hats anyway.
This was the problem with Travis Head last season, where he was the orange cap holder, and
Yeah.
he said, it doesn't make any difference because my this cap and this cap is pretty much the same.
Yeah. Oh my god. But
Uh,
did you
uh,
see the stadium for that game? It was all orange. You can't see any
yeah,
other color. You can't see
yeah.
any other color. Gosh.
Oh man. Uh, bowling, I feel so sorry for every single RR bowler.
That pitch was
Uh,
so flat, they could have literally just had a bowling machine bowl. Would have been done.
when you say the pitch is really bad when Geoffrey Archer is taken on a ride at nearly 20 runs and over.
But wait, Jofra Archer just bowled real badly though. Like he bowled so badly. Like he was bowling full tosses really wide, really bad change ups. He never bowled like slow balls. He was just giving them pace
Oh,
deliveries. They're gonna smash you if you bowl pace on that pitch.
of the 24 balls that he bowled, 14 of them went for boundaries, 10 fours and 4 sixes. So there were
The thing
so
is,
many fall-on memes saying, I'm sorry, I missed a century by this much. Had I had another over, I would have scored a century.
yeah, like the thing is, it's not just that SRH scored and the pitch is flat. The other team, after being in trouble, still managed to get a massive score. Like I do not
And
think Drew Jarrell had a 30 ball 70 in him, and he smoked it.
yeah,
He
that
smoked it
was that
so
was
hard.
a surprise innings that came out of nowhere. Never, I mean, he is the last person I would have expected that sort of an game.
Yeah,
But I guess the big bucks that RR have invested on him maybe gave him that kick to
yeah.
go out score. Um,
Like on paper, to be honest, even Rajasthan Royals have a very explosive lineup. Like they can also do
yeah,
the same thing SRH can do. The only thing is, I feel like their opening duo is probably a little bit less explosive at the top, but they'll probably give them more consistent runs relative to SRH. Um, but yeah, I think even this lineup's very explosive. We've got Yashasvi coming in, Sanju coming in, and then Parag. And then, well, Dhruv Jurel now is also an explosive player with this kind of striking. And
and
Nitish Rana's
then
done.
you got Shimron Hetmeyer as well to close
Yeah.
out that top hitting.
And he comes in so late.
And the other thing that surprised me was Parag being the captain and Sanju sitting out and being impact
Oh,
substitute.
yeah, because Sanju's injured.
Okay.
For the first three games, he's going to be impact sub. Yeah, they announced it already.
I
Yeah.
must have missed it. And I'm like, they've got Jirel, and I thought something's wrong with Sanju. He's sitting out, and then I see him walking out with the bat. I'm like, this is not right.
No. He's yeah,
But
he is
that's what.
injured, so he can't keep. But yeah, he'll be a batting sub.
Uh, um, Ria and Parag, baptism of fire. First day in the captaincy seat, and all the old videos surface of him saying, SRH scoring that massive score. It's a fluke. It's not going to happen. And poor guy had to feel the heat
Yeah, but
under his captaincy.
the crazy thing for me on that one was him saying that we've figured out how to not get hit for that many runs. He repeatedly said, "We have figured out how to not be hit." So he's like, they can do it against other people, but they can't do it against us. And he had to eat his words. He had to
Oh,
eat his
man.
words hard.
Oh, well. I'm now looking forward to the SRH versus LSG game, which is like in 3 or 4 days' time from the time of recording.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go to the season opener, KKR versus RCB.
Yes, sir.
Uh, I
It was a
feel
very yeah, go on.
it's KKR to blame themselves for the loss.
Guaranteed.
Halfway through, they were, 10 overs, they were 100 plus, right? A great position to be in. And RCB pulled it back. The spinners of RCB. Sky, I've never heard of him. And then comes in bowls, mystery bowls. And
Suyash,
Kunal
Suyash
Pandya,
Sharma.
yeah, Suyash Sharma, correct. And then supported by Kunal Pandya.
Not the other way
Right?
around, I thought. Krunal Pandya got the wickets, and I think Suyash was the
Yeah.
supporting act. To be honest, Suyash, I think, actually got smashed because he bowled lots of like half trackers, but I think Krunal Pandya was like the pivotal bowler in the whole lineup.
Have you seen his wrong ones? I think the one that
They turn heaps.
yeah, he's a decent turner of the ball. I'm like, oh my
Mm.
god, this is good. And then Krunal Pandya and his bouncer to Venkatesh Iyer. Venkatesh Iyer walks in that, hey, there's spin on both sides. Let me just go without a helmet.
Microwave.
Uh, yeah, goes in without a helmet and then gets boom, a bouncer. It
I need a
gets a
helmet.
helmet.
I need a helmet.
Next ball gets ball, walks back.
I
Krunal
think
Pandya.
for me the biggest win for RCB in this game was knowing that I think this year, maybe this year, I don't want to jinx them. Um, they don't just have decent batting, but they might have decent bowlers. Because the biggest win for me is Josh Hazelwood's economy of 5.5. Like
Yeah,
they've never had
and
a
he
bowler, a fast bowler
tactical.
who's been this consistent. And just imagine in about a week or two, they might have Bhuvneshwar Kumar fit to play.
Oh, is Bowie unfit? Is it?
Yeah, he's
I
injured.
was I
Injured.
was like, oh my god, how can you keep Bowie on the bench?
No,
Yeah.
he's injured. He's injured. He's
Uh,
injured.
oh well, Bowie and Hazelwood on both sides. Oh my god, that would be a dream opening pair, and a decent, you got Liamston, you got Krunal Pandya, and a bit of others here and there to bowl around,
Yeah,
and the batting's clicked as well. Phil Salt, who's had
a
terrible,
terrible Indian.
yeah, the T20s was terrible, the ODIs terrible, Champions Trophy terrible. And there was, I don't know if you've seen the video where this guy goes on a rant saying, Josh Butler, it's lucky that Phil Salt is at a different team than Josh Butler. He'll be coming chasing for Phil Salt. Like, what happened in the whole Champions Trophy? You made me quit the captaincy as well.
No, no, no.
Oh,
But I think, but for me, the problem was Rinku Singh and Andre Russell getting out on very nothing shots. And I feel like with Andre Russell, you kind of expect him to be like this, where when he hits it, it just like he'll get a massive score or like a very fast 30. But with Rinku Singh, we want more consistency, right? Because that's what he's given us before. And as soon as Venkatesh Iyer got out, we had like a flurry of wickets after that, right? And
yeah.
that's what had to stop. And I think
Yeah, I
Rinku
think,
had to fire and get them that like 40 off 25. And that puts that score at a decent level where these guys might have some trouble chasing.
oh, absolutely. And I think one thing that we're going to see this IPL season is, 190, sort of 190 or 200 is your new
Average
par
score.
score. Anything below that is, below
A lot of
par.
trouble.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. For me, I'm super happy for Ajinkya scoring runs though. Like I know
Man,
he's been really good in Syed Mushtaq also, and I feel so bad for him because I feel like if the auctions were after SMAP, I think he would have gone for way more money, way more
yeah,
money.
I think the way he walked in and I think he saw a couple of balls and then he started smoking them around. It was so nice, and none of them were like ridiculous, risky.
Yeah,
It was like pure
all classic.
cricketing shots, which is really nice. Um, Even Kohli's sixes straight down or really
Oh,
nice to watch.
yeah.
And I was so
Like
happy to see Kohli in that form.
I honestly have a feeling Quinton de Kock's not going to do too well at the top, and he hasn't been scoring runs in other T20 leagues either. They should literally just move up Ajinkya at open with Narayan, have Venkatesh Iyer come in at one down, and have someone else come in the middle who can slog. And that way they will get another explosive player in the middle who can help Rinku and
Yeah,
Andre Russell. Because they have a very
yeah.
long batting lineup. Because even Ramandeep's a batter, right? I don't think he bowls, or like he's a part-time bowler. Um,
He think so. I think so. No, he's a part-time bowler. He's a full-on batter as well. So mid-order batter.
And I think
So
they
yeah,
can do. He comes in this like because they've got Narayan, who's essentially a bowler, batting at the top.
that's
That's such a
that's
big
true.
bonus.
Your middle order batsman comes down at number seven. Why? Because you got this mystery batter, mystery
Yeah,
spinner that could just go smack
who's
around at the
also a
top.
mystery batter.
But yeah, I think what we'll probably see. This is game one for we have 8 teams, right? And there's a game tonight. That'll open up the score for all 10 teams. Think from next game onwards, we'll see a lot of mix-ups in the
Yeah,
batting order. Now that they've had a feel for it, I think the teams that worked, like RCB isn't going to change, SRH is not going to change. SRH was always stable. But for any team that basically worked, they'd probably be hesitating to do any changes. But all the losing teams would start swapping around.
shuffle.
And yeah, like
Do you
you've
reckon just
said,
after the first
Reha-
game?
sorry,
Just after the first game, they'll start shuffling.
probably so.
Wow.
Uh, Especially for KKR, I would feel yeah get Rehane as an opener
Oh, at the
with
opener, yeah, yeah, that'll be good.
yeah Quint figure out someone how you fit Quinton de Kock into playing
Yeah,
11, or this could be another. You could treat that other way. He's an overseas player. Pick a local middle order batter that could keep, and
yeah,
then use that overseas capacity. Maybe strengthen up your bowling lineup a little further. You know,
yeah. For,
who've
for
got
me,
the
for me, the bigger worry for KKR was Varun Chakravarti going for 10.75 and over. Like you'd expect him to be at like 7 or 8 runs and over, and that'll be a bad day for him. Like a bad day for
well,
him would be 7 or 8 runs and over. Um,
Kohli picked him up. Kohli read his line and length so
do you
quickly and
reckon?
so perfectly.
From the highlights I watched, it felt like Phil Salt was smashing him too.
I mean, Phil Salt is a different ball game, right? He was in this. He was possessed because
Yeah,
he was just smoking, right?
but he
Everything
was
that he
struggling against
connected.
him in the series in the Indian series.
Yeah, I mean, this is he wasn't sort of playing it technically, right? He was
Yeah,
just attempting. It's that this game everything went his way. This is
wow, okay,
similar approach that he was trying in the T20s against India. Did
didn't
not
work.
work. Didn't work. But this game, for some reason, right from the first ball, smokes
Do you
it
reckon,
four.
do
I'm
you
like, oh my god.
reckon their analysts probably found something in Chakravarti's bowling and they're like, oh yeah, this thing, I know how this is going to be. Let's go through the line. Let's hit him. Let's hit him hard.
uh, well, yeah, could have. We'll have to find out if they've actually cracked
Yeah.
Varun
Imagine if that
Chakravarti.
happens
Because
again. Ooh,
oh man,
that'd be crazy.
yeah, he's just come to limelight, and
Did you see that
probably this is
video
the
of
case.
Ramandeep saying how MI has like an app
Yeah,
that like
yeah, you just
allows
pick the
him to
batter
access
and bowler.
anything, any bowler, any video. They'll have every footage possible of him. How crazy is that?
That's yeah, that's dangerous. If a club can build such a thing,
Well, I
right?
mean, it's not a club. Like it's probably the richest club. To be honest.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, the first four games have probably provided all sort of entertainment, all sort of juicy
They've been juicy,
conversations.
juicy, juicy games, sir. They've been juicy,
Uh,
juicy, juicy. All right,
well, the
quick
next
preview
week,
for tonight's game.
sorry,
Quick preview for tonight's game.
yes, Gujarat versus Punjab, and
Ooh,
I seriously hope Punjab has a good run this season. They, similar to RCB, have been part of this series for 17 long years.
yeah.
Um, they've had a lot of churn. I think similar to RCB. At least RCB just have Virat, who's been consistent or constant.
Yeah.
Uh, RCB doesn't have any of those, but I feel this season they may rock up. Shreyas, it's an audition for Shreyas after going for big bucks, and let's see what captaincy he brings into Punjab.
Yeah. So it's like a mini Australia plus Shreyas, the team. Uh,
There was that intro video where Ponting was introducing the players, and he was like, "Okay, we got this guy joined and this guy from Australia is just for." I'm like, "Dude, you're introducing your teammates or your local countrymen," and then he takes, "Oh, Shreyas has come, Champions Trophy winner. Shreyas joins us as well." Yeah,
but to be honest,
it's an all
like
Australian affair.
I feel like Gujarat's also got a very decent team.
Gujarat, I mean, is one of those silent assassin squads, right? No one talks about them, but they've got a really, really strong batting lineup and a mix of experience coming to bowling.
Yeah. But the thing is, you know how like when you see the SRH batting lineup, you're like, oh shit, these guys are gonna score at least 210 every game. I don't feel that when I see Gujarat Titans team. Like you look at them and like, oh yeah, it's a solid team. They'll get you a good
But
180 if the pitch is like real good. But I don't see them like going for like a 240. And when
no,
I
I
say
don't
this,
think
I'm
no.
very sure they're gonna smash 240 tonight.
Yeah, you don't get that view if you actually look at that whole squad. But once you start pulling together a team out of that squad, you essentially have a semi-explosive squad. You got likes of Glenn Phillip, you got likes of Washi, Rashid Khan, and once you start pulling together, you got Siraj as one of your bowler. Now Siraj is touch wood, it could go either ways. He could give you a dream spell of 4 overs, 20 runs, 3 wickets, or 2 overs, 50 runs.
But I,
um,
I honestly feel like they made a mistake by giving up Shami. Because Siraj for Shami, I would take Shami any day.
yeah, I think I think budget cap on retentions. And I think intention was probably let go him into auction and buy him back, and assume no one else was going to bid. And noting that when the auctions occurred, Shami hadn't played many games. He was just proving his fitness. So they felt no one's going to bid high enough for Shami.
But I honestly feel like they made a mistake by giving up Shami. Because
Oh
Siraj for
well,
Shami,
so
I would take Shami any day.
yeah, and you got Stoinis. You got Stoinis. Yeah.
But I
And I think there were,
I
there were a couple
honestly
of
feel
others.
like they made a mistake by giving up
Yeah.
Shami. Because
Now
Siraj
again,
for Shami, I would take Shami
this
any
is
day.
one again. These two, you look at every squad, you feel this is weak, but once they start pulling team together, and this season is probably one of those where every team there's no single team that you can write off. You gotta wait at
Yeah.
least for 4 to 5 games to see a bit of a trend on who's gonna make it. But I personally feel this is gonna be one of those nail batter seasons where you might have 6 or 8, 7 teams
Um,
competing for 3 spots. There'll be one team that's going to run away, and then the one team that's just
but
going
who
to
knew?
terribly
Who
fail,
knew?
and the rest, eight teams are going to battle for three
But
spots.
Punjab is very strong to me too. Because Prab Simran goes fairly hard at the top. Like if he gets a
Oh well,
flyer, he'll
I
give you a very
guess
high
let's call it
pound
on
there,
that note.
and then he'll probably taper
Um,
off. And then Josh Inglis has been in
do the
some great form.
usuals: like,
Hayat is
share,
also on point.
subscribe, watch some
Maxi,
of our
if he
previous
has a
videos
good
somewhere
day,
up
it'll
there,
become a great day for the whole team.
and
Neil
stay
Vanera is
tuned
also very
for our
explosive.
next episode.
Stoinis can also be very explosive. He'll bowl well. The wrong Shashank, we all
We'll
know
put a
what he did
photo of
last
you.
season.
Then
Uh,
you're
oh,
away
it's
for
a
four
very long
weeks.
batting lineup too. Oh my gosh.
All right. we'll have an episode lined up for you.